Morning students, welcome in my YouTube channel. So today we will start chapter number 6 and this chapter is devoted to tissue. So just I want to recall your previous knowledges. So in previous chapter we have learned that all organisms are made of cells. In unicellular organisms, a single cell performs all basic functions. We can take the example of amoeba. It is a single celled structure and that carries out movement, intake of food and respiratory gases, respiration and excretion. Now, take the example of multicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms like hydra, cockroach, earthworm, even human, they have millions, trillions of cells, isn't it? So most of these cells are specialized to carry out a few functions. Each specialized functions is taken up by a different group of cells, isn't it? And since these cells carry out only a particular function, they do it very efficiently, isn't it? So I will clear it with diagram. You can see a single celled structure amoeba. Not only amoeba, you can draw the structure of the paramecium also. I am drawing here a rough picture of the paramecium. It is also a single celled structure. Single celled structure. And here I will draw the structure of one human. So it's a rough diagram of human beings. You can see here. So these human beings have multicellular structures, so many cells, and they are performing different types of functions inside the body, isn't it? And what about this single cell structure? All the activities like digestion, respiration, excretion, whatever, all these major activities of life is being done by a single cell only. And whatever the things, that is respiration, circulation, digestion, reproduction, for all these things, these human beings have different organ and organ system, isn't it? And it is only possible due to the presence of different types of cells, group of cells that we had called tissue. So let us take example first of all in human beings. I have taken human beings here, so I will continue in human beings. Muscle cells, they contract, isn't it? They contract and relax. Why they contract and relax? They contract and relax to cause मूवमेंट. मूवमेंट कराने के लिए जो मसल सेल्स हैं ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं और रिलैक्स होते हैं. सपोज आई एम ड्राइंग ए सिंपल muscle fibers here, or sometimes you will see like this also, bands are present. So when they will contract and relax, contract means sikurna, relax means again they will take their shape. So due to this contraction and relaxation, we can move our hands and legs. Even whatever I am speaking, there is also contraction and relaxation of the muscles present in our jaw region. So next example, I will take the nerve cell. So nerve cell, you see, we have nerve cells, isn't it? We have nerve cells, and these nerve cells will carry messages, isn't it? It will carry messages. Just after this, next. Then next. So they are carrying messages from one portion to the other portion of body, isn't it? Now next I will take the blood. Blood always flows, isn't it? So why it flows? It flows to transport oxygen, food, hormones and waste material, isn't it? And so on. Clear? So I have taken few examples related to the human beings. Now I will take some more examples related with the plant. So let us take examples in plants, the different types of cells and their functions. So in plant, the most common and interesting tissue, that is the vascular tissue. Vascular tissue, this vascular tissue is of two types. We will read inside this chapter, xylem and phloem. So this xylem and phloem, they are tube-like structure, they are pipe-like structure that helps in the transportation of water, minerals and food. So xylem is for water and minerals transportation, and this phloem, you see in phloem O is present. So this phloem O, you always remember food. In food O is present, in phloem O is present. So phloem is related to the transportation of food. In xylem O is absent. So this xylem is responsible for the transportation of water and minerals. Always remember. So this xylem and phloem, if you will see, they have so many tissues. I am telling you, more than one type of tissues they have, and they are different in their shape and size, and they are forming in this way. It will form a tube-like structure. So vascular tissue we have seen. So whatever I have told you, it is written here. So as a conclusion, what can we say? What can we conclude? So we can conclude multicellular organisms show division of labor, isn't it? They show division of labor. नहीं, हर एक कार्य के लिए, हर एक एक्टिविटी के लिए we have different types of cells. We multicellular organisms have different types of cells, and they are making tissue, organs and organ system. Number one. Number two conclusion we can derive: cells specializing in one function are often grouped. एक ग्रुप में हो जाते हैं, are often grouped together in the body, isn't it? वो हमेशा अपने एक ग्रुप में हो जाते हैं. वन फंक्शन, जो भी सेल्स स्पेशलाइज्ड है किसी एक फंक्शन के लिए, वो ग्रुप में आकर एक साथ रहते हैं. You can take the example. Suppose I am drawing a diagram of hand. So you see here, it's a rough diagram. You can see. So in this hand, if the muscle cells, suppose first skin at the top, so skin cells, they are in group. Then just below this skin, a thin layer of muscles are present, and these muscles are also in group, and they are woven with each other just like the threads. We have cloth, and these cloths are made up of fine threads, and fine threads are woven to each other so that they will be stabilized, they will be strong. Similarly, these muscle fibers are arranged with each other, and they are form a complete thin layer just below the skin. So this is the muscular tissue. Now skin is also a type of tissue, isn't it? And just below it, bones will be present. No, bones will be present. So bone is also a tissue. Bones will be present, and these bones are covered by again muscles. ये फिर muscles से bind up है, and these are muscular tissue. Muscles are made up of muscle fibers, so many fine fibers. Suppose this is the fine fibers, so many fine fibers of muscles will combine together and they will form the muscles that we call muscular tissue. So I hope you are understanding. And the example in case of plants I have shown you, isn't it? Suppose a leaf. I have no green pen, that's why I'm drawing from red. Suppose this is the leaf and these are the midvein and the vein. Clear? So tissues, cells. So many cells are grouped together and perform a tissue that will perform in this leaf lamina. Clear? So now we are discussing about this tissue. So let us try to understand who had used tissue first and what is its origin. So this tissue, it is a English word. It is a English word, isn't it? And this English word is derived from French word tissue. At the last E is lacking. Okay, tissue. So what is the meaning of this tissue? So tissue meaning is that something that is woven, isn't it? Something that is woven, मतलब जो थ्रेड जैसे होते हैं एक दूसरे से बाइंड अप होते हैं. सो जस्ट लाइक दिस, woven. And this woven has come from verb teaser. देखिए teaser. So this teaser means to weave, यानी बुनना, बुनाई करना. थ्रेड को जैसे आप मशीन पर और हैंडलूम में जाकर हम थ्रेड को सेट करते हैं और फिर उसको वीविंग करके हम क्लॉथ्स बना लेते हैं. सिमिलरली whatever the muscles, whatever the cells we have, either muscle cells or any cells, they weave with each other. एक दूसरे के साथ बाइंड अप होकर वो एक लेयर बना देते, कंप्लीट लेयर, एंड दैट कंप्लीट लेयर, दैट कंप्लीट ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स वी कॉल टिश्यू. सो आई होप यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. नेक्स्ट, so this tissue, now we can write this tissue, the definition of the tissue. So I will write the definition of the tissue. Definition of tissue. So we can say a group of cells that are similar in structure and function. A group of cells that are similar in structure and function. ठीक है. So I will just remove this function here. I will write first a group of cells that are similar in structure or work together to achieve a particular function forms a tissue. So just read it 2-3 times silently so that you can understand, and now I will try to explain you. A group of cells that are similar in structure or work together. So number one point, similar in structure. Suppose I will draw it from red. These are the tissues. They are similar in their shape and size and work, and they are in group, isn't it? Or work together. ठीक है, they are similar in structure or work together. So they are similar. So whatever this, suppose here such type of tissues, ठीक है, here such type of tissues, then in this fashion tissues are present, then such type of tissues, then such type of tissues. So tissues are different here. I will show you from different colors so that it will be clear cut. They are different, they are different from each other, but they are grouped and they are working together. So in such condition also we called it tissue. इस कंडीशन में भी हम इसको क्या कहेंगे, टिश्यू कहेंगे. सो दे आर फॉर्मिंग ए पाइप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर in case of xylem, ठीक है, in case of xylem and phloem. So this xylem and phloem we had discussed previously, that is present in plant and they are called vascular bundle, isn't it? क्योंकि ये ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में काम करते हैं. xylem वाटर एंड मिनरल्स के ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए, phloem फूड के ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए. So now the next point that is present in our book that we have to discuss. So that is whatever the topic is written in our book that I will write here. Are plants and animals, are plants and animals made of same types of tissues? So what will be your answer? What will be your answer? Are plants and animals made up of same type of tissues? Definitely no. Why no? Because there are noticeable differences, peculiar differences in case of plants and animals, isn't it? So what are these differences? So let us first discuss with respect to plants. I will write structure and functions, structure and functions in plants. So structure and functions in plants, you see, first point that we observe daily, that is fixed. Plants are fixed or stationary, you can say. Plants are fixed or stationary. They have lots of supportive tissue that support the big tree, isn't it? Supportive tissues बहुत ज़्यादा है तो मैं एरो को ऊपर कर रहा हूँ. एंड दे प्रोवाइड स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रेंथ, नहीं, ये स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करते हैं. सो ये जो स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करते हैं, तो यहाँ पर स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करने के लिए बहुत सारे सेल्स क्या होते हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द सेल्स आर डेड सेल्स, मोस्ट ऑफ द सेल्स आर डेड. और इस डेड सेल्स में जो है मेंटेनेंस जीरो होता है, कोई मेंटेनेंस नहीं करना होता डेड सेल्स का. और लाइव सेल्स के कंपेरिजन में ये ज़्यादा स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करते हैं फॉर सपोर्ट. उसके बाद आइए, और यहां पर क्या है कि जो ग्रोथ इज लिमिटेड टू सर्टेन पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट. एंड फॉर ग्रोथ ऑफ द प्लांट वन इंपॉर्टेंट टिश्यू इज responsible that we called meristematic tissue. And later on you will see these meristematic tissues are present at a specific location. They are only present at a specific location, not in all parts of the plant. That's why we have written growth is limited. After that you will see in case of animal. Now I will, the last point, that is the structure and functions of animals. So now we will compare this plants structure and function with animals. So the most basic, that they move. Plants were stationary, they are, now animals are moving. Why they are moving? They are moving in search of food, isn't it? Mates means mating and reproduction, and shelter, आवास के लिए, रहने के लिए. They consume more energy. Definitely they consume more energy because they are moving and they are working more. They consume more energy as compared to plants, isn't it? As compared to plants, they consume more energy. Most of the tissues they contain are living, isn't it? Most of the tissues are living. कुछ टिश्यूज हैं जो हमारे पाम रीजन में है, हिल रीजन में है, यहाँ है ना, जो डेड हो सकते हैं. सेल्स ग्रोथ इन एनिमल इज यूनिफॉर्म. और स्किन के ऊपर जो एक थिन लेयर है, दे आर ऑल्सो डेड, डेट वी कॉल्ड कॉर्निफाइड लेयर. एंड यूनिफॉर्म ग्रोथ ऑफ सेल्स इन एनिमल, यूनिफॉर्म ग्रोथ ऑफ सेल्स. सेल्स का ग्रोथ यूनिफॉर्म होता है, इसलिए जो हमारा सी माई राइट रिस्ट, माई लेफ्ट रिस्ट, if you will measure its width, it will be nearly same, not different. So that is called uniform growth. But in case of plants, one branch is more thick, one branch is less thick. Suppose I will draw here plant, one branch is suppose less thick and one branch is more thick, that is non-uniform. ठीक है. But in case of animal, growth is uniform. So these structural organization, these structural organization and organ systems is far more specialized and localized in complex animals than in very complex plant. I am telling you, that's why tissues are different, and these fundamental differences reflect the different mode of life. These fundamental differences, whatever the fundamental differences we have seen in plants and animals, fundamental differences, these fundamental differences reflects the different modes of life pursued by these two major groups of organisms, isn't it? So whatever the differences we have seen in the structure and function of plants and structure and functions of animals, they reflect the different modes of life they pursued, isn't it? That's why in the coming part we will discuss separately plant tissue and animal tissue, isn't it? So I hope you have understood. Thank you very much, but please watch it completely and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Take care, stay safe. Thank you once again.